We're back. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So, I decided I guess I'll just read out loud. If any of these days happen where, like, I just get tired and I don't want to read, maybe I'll turn on the voices again. But I seem to remember that there were problems with that before, so who knows. Anyway. Time to load. Now you know what I'm playing this. Oh no. Load this data. Welcome back. Dawn of a new day. Actually, it's already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer seem all the brighter. Wait for it to check my mail. Oh, it's just you. Alright, whatever. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all the brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Dr. P. My stomach protests. Maybe I drank too fast. I'm exhausted, my hands are shaking slightly, and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off exhaustion, if only temporarily. This building has a basic shower room. There's no baths, but it's enough that the lab would be hell without it. Dario was at his computer, his back turned towards me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Dario's mouse clicks. Dario doesn't look my way, and doesn't just try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the phone waves, named subject to change, was also a time machine. The Kurisu didn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. Oh dear, I don't want to start screaming. A time machine? A time machine? It can't be! Okay, and didn't have to zoom in her mad face. Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home, going to let her food run deep, I guess. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Dario and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realized that the phone wave, named subject to change, had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night doing experiments to confirm whether or not the phone wave, named subject to change, is indeed a time machine. The results, however, we went to the supermarket and stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the phone wave, named subject to change, but everything failed, no change, nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomenon occurred, everything warmed up normally, no jellification. Suddenly we couldn't get anything to happen, we still have no idea why. First, let's review the problem revealed by the last run of experiments. Sorry, taking a sip. Problem 1. The electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. But that's not a fundamental solution. We'll keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Problem 2. Mass increase. When the discharge phenomenon occurs, the phone wave, named subject to change, suddenly gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke the table and made a dent in the floor. To deal with this issue, we placed the microwave on the floor, we spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor too. It's only a temporary fix though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Braun is quite capable of raising my rent. And that's to say, nothing of the calamity will cause if it falls to the floor. Anyway, we need to find a source of the mass increase if amateurs like us can, that is. Sorry. Someone keeps messaging me. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. The last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't even really experiment with the phone wave named subject to change. Problem 3. We're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error. We tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was a key. That theory was proved false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now we're at an impasse. We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed, which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning lazing around like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I'm getting way too many of these since yesterday. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiru Moeka. I've never used email this often before. Even Mayuri only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Finger typed. That should have been enough for me to tip me off that she was a male demon. I was careless. Too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. No, come on. I haven't gotten a reply yet. Are you still too... You sleep too much, Akabe-kun. You're living like an old man. Well, I guess I'm not one to talk, LMAO. Anyway, let me know when you have something on the IBN 5100, pretty please. Mayushi's spending money is getting... Mayushi's spending money is getting dangerous from the law. You and Dara need to chip in too sometimes. You want to get me and food. Look at Ingrid, next time I'll treat you to anything you want to eat, so keep buying more bananas for the sake of experiments. Be too much anyway, go and die before it's too late. Hey, be nice. Really? She's got a teary-eye emoji. Emoticon. I finished off my bottle of Dr. P, my stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry, I don't even feel like showering. I call out to Daru, who's hammering on the keyboard. Hey, wanna go to Sambo for some beef bowl? Nah, too much trouble. Aren't you hungry? Yeah, but... You're such a bum. What's doing on the computer or anything? I'm curious, I casually peek over his shoulder. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Reticulated cords crawl through a giant octagonal tunnel, like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. That is the what? The laser thing. I forgot what it's called. I know what this thing is. Based on the people in the picture, the tunnel looks to be more or less 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daru sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eyes is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or something's just wrong with him. The Large Hadron Collider sure is cute. That's what it is, I forgot what it was called. Yeah, the collider. You shove 2 particles at max speed against each other and see what happens. What? What'd you just say? Large Hadron Collider? Is just an incantation? No, a secret technique? Large Hadron Collider, you don't know about it? I grab Daru's relaxed shoulders and wring them out. Ow, 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 what are you doing? Are you conscious? Of course, man. What is this Large Hadron Collider thing? You know, it's what CERN uses to do their experiments. LHC for short. Seriously, Moe, recommended. You know, sure. You're lusting for something that's not even humanoid? Of course not, but there's something about it that gets me excited, you know? Makes you smile, you know? Don't you feel that? Come to think of it, I remember you said that you found factories in the undersides of highways irresistible or something. Yeah, same thing. Where does it end? 2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects? Hey. Don't diss BFDI. No. Life's too short. I don't want to limit my interests, you know? And yet, you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite. CERN. That name. I've seen it somewhere recently. Where was it again? Oh, of course. John Taitor. Alright, I heard the voice say it. It's Taitor. I wrote that on a little sticky note, so I don't forget. Oh yeah, that guy you mentioned earlier. He's the guy Achin's going crazy about, isn't he? That one might be an imposter. I was talking about the John Taitor who appeared 10 years ago. He appeared 10 years ago. The same guy? I hope that Daru would remember, but no such luck. Anyway, John Taitor mentioned CERN. I don't remember all of it, but there's one thing I'm sure of. Taitor made a prediction, namely that before the year 2034, CERN will develop a time machine. A time machine? That's a timely topic. But that wasn't just 10 years ago. This new Taitor said the same thing. It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or 10 seconds ago. That's not the point, Daru. Coincidence could very well be the choice of Steins Gate. Can we trust this Taitor guy? Doesn't matter if we trust him or not. Now we have something in common, a time machine. We should investigate CERN. We got nothing to lose. Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for mad scientists like me. Anyway, the phone wave, named subject to change. Experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this. Tell me everything you know about CERN. Sure thing, my CERN folder is smoking hot. Dara strikes his keys with renewed passion. Yeah, it's true. He goes to the My Pictures folder and opens a folder literally called CERN. CERN is the world's largest particle research institution. It's popularly called the European Laboratory for Particle Physics, or the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It's close to the border of Switzerland and France, on the outskirts of Geneva. It's famous as the birthplace of HTML, HTTP, and the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web? You mean the internet? Bingo. The thing at the beginning of most URLs. CERN invented that? All I know about CERN is what I read Tier's book. I never knew they were that amazing. Tidar. I said, ah. Most people aren't aware, but there's a Japanese research team working at CERN too. What sort of research does CERN do? Particle physics mostly. CERN can do experiments no one else can because they have the biggest particle accelerators in the world. The low energy anti-proton ring, the proton synchrotron booster, the large electron positron collider, and the big boss, the largest accelerator in the world, the LHC, Large Hadron Collider Ton. Ton? Otaku possesses the ability to anthropomorphize in moe form just about anything in the world, simply by sticking Ton at the end of its name. Dara's powers encompass even particle accelerators. Hey, don't make fun of Wikipedia-thon. Wiki-thon. Dara doesn't seem to notice my shock. He just brings up the next image. The LHC is a 27-kilometer long circular tunnel built underneath CERN's headquarters. Its purpose is to smash protons together in hope of creating unknown elementary particle reactions. They started experimenting last year. Before they started, there were rumors that the experiments might create mini black holes. Oh no, those mini black holes will swallow the Earth, the universe is in danger, etc. Mini black holes? I'm pretty sure Tidar said this time machine used mini black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true? What's the possibility of that actually happening? 100%. That it won't. CERN officially denies it. Let's say a mini black hole was formed. The amount of energy would be so tiny that it would disappear instantly upon formation. It would be impossible for it to swallow the world. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, narrows his eyes. If I remember correctly, Tidar claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Tidar's story is true. Some of Tidar's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Tidar's 2000 appearance. There's something important in Tidar's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Don't be surprised. I've sniffed out an evil conspiracy. John Tidar, CERN. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. They're likely connected to the organization. Coincidence? Come now, don't disappoint me. What? Evidence? Well, if you must know, whispers of my mad scientist intuition. Those bastards are trying to destroy the world. Yeah, with many black holes. But what if we were to steal the technology? What then? Of course, who do you think I am? Everything's a choice of Steins Gate. Else I congru. I put away my phone, then turned to find Dara giving me an exasperated look. Just who the hell are you fighting with? Dara, I know what we must do. What's that? Don't you buzz at me. You're supposed to grin like you know exactly what I'm talking about. What kind of super hacker are you? I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not? So what's in it for me? And then we continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. A week's worth of potato chips. 10 days. Sure, a glutton. The dive makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yep, a real conversation. Shut up. Who are you? Oh, it's my Ori. Just hearing that from you, Ocarine, makes me happy. But the real world Dara just curse slips. You always give such half-baked explanations. Try to sound intelligible before you try to sound intelligent. Work with me here. You're a super hacker. Stop saying hacker. At least say hacker. See where I'm going with this? No, not at all. Hack into CERN. Dara stares at me into disbelief. Is that some kind of joke? I know you can do it, Dara. Expose your dastardly deeds and find any hints you can about the time machine. Dastardly deeds? Just imagine that stuff, Ocarine. We stand at a crossroads. Will the phone wave, name subject to change, become a functional time machine, or will it die as garbage in lab storage? You serious? I'm always serious. I look Dara straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Dara sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight. I'm not responsible for the consequences, got it? Suddenly, Dara was bursting with energy. It's like his original lethargy was a lie. Deal, get started. Let's do this. For your payment, I'll deposit a week's supply of potato chips in your Swiss bank account. Dara doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep. It's all yours. I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Dara's keyboard lull me to sleep. I'm gonna wake up with like a gun to my head. I wake up to the twilight sun streaming through the I got a new mail. Bars. Koyoma, when operating the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet, yeah? You don't want them to notice you. Remember, this summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. Although I suppose that I'm sorry, I'm not saying it in the voice. Although I suppose that might make things interesting, yahaha. Akiba, part of the mundane world? Nonsense. This town has belonged to chaos for centuries. As it shall forevermore. Are you suggesting that I, the great Hoyoing Koyoma, run and hide? Risk my ire, cat girl. Is the church still devoted to that fool's errand? If they manage to resurrect the Messiah, humanity's faith is less than 70% of what it is in its time. Mankind doesn't need decrepit old gods to save them. What? You? What are you scheming? This one. You say you hate it, but you keep answering. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. That was exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in exactly the same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but I can't find my Ori. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand up and stretch. I don't want to borrow Daru, so I don't say anything to him. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and quench my thirst. Then I throw myself back down on the sofa and start browsing that channel on my phone. I want perfect timing. Tidor is currently posting on the thread. Oh no. Okay. More reading of these dang channels. Alright, 1 second, let me drink. Okay. The Everett wheel and model is correct. Please look it up to learn more. It seems you're also clinging to preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. If the result of an event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, is also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line's percent difference from the standard. Die, troll. You couldn't be a time traveler without any proof. Doctrines, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler. If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how could you possibly measure it? Oh, I know. Your time machine is the magical device that measures it for you. Lol. Oh, and you still haven't explained how a research institution conquers the world. Details blocks. Oh no, humanity is doomed. What has science done? .jpg. Lol, news responding seriously to a troll thread. This Tidor guy's a shitty troll. Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? Have a contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum. Dude. Ocarine. Chill the fuck out, man. If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, time machine traveling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I say Tidor's points have merit. By the way, Tidor, I'd like to know more about that CERN. What can you tell us about the current activities? Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup. I'll bet my entire life savings. Everett wheel model equals meta-world interpretation, basically. That means parallel worlds. And what's all the stupid name tags? This Hoyoing Koyoma is more annoying than Tidor. You call yourself John Tidor, but you're fluent in Japanese. Writing in English would at least make it seem more realistic. Can't do English, can you? Can I ask you a favor, Tidor-san? My mom died last year in the Shibuya earthquake. If I stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death, so please send your time machine. I can't believe this time trooper. You're gonna believe this time traveler lol without proof? Are you an idiot? No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof of your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as truth. I'm starting to understand why CERN was able to take over so easily. That a major event. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes the world line to diverge into a new world line, call it world line B. Or world line B. On world line B, I'm losing my mind having to read all this. I'm afraid to say, @channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on @channel will disappear to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you can change the past. I wrote about CERN yesterday. The only thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded in creating micro black holes. Responding to them. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike your closed-minded fools, I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Titor has to say. And then I will make contact with Titor and acquire the time machine for myself. The great mad scientist Hoyo and Koyoma will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleazebags. Tell me Stark raises your fucking die. I won't believe it till you tell me. That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter the memory of nearly 6.7 billion people? Do you even realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone screws my brain. And what does it even have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research, lol. Micro black holes, lol. Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means I can be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'm gonna get my mohawk. You even know where I can find spiked shoulder pads? I checked the CERN's homepage. It said they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes? What the hell's gonna happen? Does Titor have a mohawk? God, that's fucking moe. Are you implying our brains make the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree with branches or something? That's an EVA level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036. How you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of the timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They're reconstructed along with everyone else with diverse the changes. What's a road warrior? I don't know which one. Anyone home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument with an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. Oh, it's you. Anyone home? The door opens and the girl peeks inside. I recognize her. It's the girl I met yesterday at the Braun Tube workshop. Hi, I'm in the Braun Tube's workshop. When her eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you sent in for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? Dara's typing it's even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It'd be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. Why do we have to be sneaky? What was this girl's name again? I think it was something like Aruma Amore. Oh, right, Amane Suzaha. Currently, my genius plan is partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him. What exactly do you guys do? I told you before that learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger. You're called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How'd you know that? I never told you. Wait, are you an organization spy? I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. But Suzaha just stares blankly. That's what it said on your mailbox. Oh. I lower my guard. Why did you just say so? Now that you know, it's not like you can unknow. I'll give you the short explanation, but you must not tell a soul. Suzaha nods firmly. Is it just me, or are they gleaming? We are the Future Gadget Laboratory, dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows. Wahahaha! Wow. This evil organization, CERN. Huh? Yeah, but... Oh, so I was right. The guys really are a contemptible lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible? I thought I was the only one who used words like that in normal conversation. How'd you know we were hacking the CERN? What? You're sagging them right now. Me and my big mouth. Just answer my question. How'd you know about our business with CERN? Well, actually, I overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window? Come to think of it, it was open, and Dharma and I were talking loudly. Can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Dara's working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the Braun Tube workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame's all sparkly, its tires mostly clean. It's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but where is it? I've only been working here for a day, but... Suzuha opens the Brontu workshop door with a wry smile. I've got a lot more free time than I expected. I've gone on it 4 or 5 times today. Figured I'd reconsider the well, I don't even know. I don't even know that word. Reconnoiter. Oh, reconnoiter. The front of the store, see if I couldn't spot any customers. Reconnoiter. Now there's a word you don't hear in casual conversation. Yeah, I've never heard that word ever in my life, but I get what it means. I'm pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance. Why did I say it like that? Reconnaissance. Got an area, gather intelligence. She's some kind of secret agent? I follow Suzuha into the store. So that's when I heard you guys talking from the 2nd floor. I got interested and looked it up online. Now I know all rumors about CERN. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Anyway, you must not tell anyone else. Or else Men in Black will raid us. Yeah, I understand. I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Suzuha turns, grins and thumps her chest confidently. I almost said trumps her chest. All is quiet inside the Brontu workshop. That gigantic TV isn't on. Master Braun's not here either. Where's the manager? He left right after he finished repairing your TV. He probably went to see the chipmunk. Hey, disappears during business hours every now and then. 1 second. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some and got their seal of approval. Would it be okay if I baked some for your lab friends, Master? Oh, and it'd be great if you could teach me some more techniques with the Samidare whenever you have time. P.S. I managed 10 practice swings today. Oh wait, I should read these in order. Not done. We warmly welcome your refreshments at Factory and come and cook for us every day if you want. I provide you with a maid uniform. You sure get along with your family. How many family members do you have anyway? Dog keeps insisting the shrine maiden should come in pairs. That's true. You must depend on me. Remember, all things come to an end. Every meeting heralds a parting. I can't hide from the organization forever, and the seal on my arm grows weaker by the day. When I'm done, you'll have to take care of yourself. I don't know. I think both of these would kind of worry them. I'm gonna go with this one. That was gonna be the least worrying one, I think. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking my beloved daughter up from school, or my beloved daughter has a cold, with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much, it's probably just annoys her anyway. Just how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? He used to put a back soon sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Suzuha to take care of his things while he's gone. So, here's the fixed TV. Suzuha lightly taps the TV on the counter. He said to charge 1,000 yen. Damn manager, I better do it just so he could charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Suzuha. He takes out a receipt, apparently it was already written out. Thanks for your patronage, I'll just take it away. By myself? Are you joking? Didn't you forget here by yourself? Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs and down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman. I guess I can't help, but... Oh, I see, so we're already in the age where women do physical labor. She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her. I don't remember anyone asking for your help. Honestly, getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride. Wow. Applause. That was so manly, I might be falling for you. You think you could trick me like that? You're lying, aren't you? What makes you think that? One of my powers. Coloring gentleman. This power allows me to see through lies. Lies appear to glow red, then they die. You have powers? Suzuha's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise. Are you some kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear. There are a lot of espers like you? Dude, you're surrounding yourself with the weirdest women. But honestly, I do the same thing. Except I probably wouldn't believe you, but I do the farthest thing where I just start, like, building on it too much. Of course not, I'm special. I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display my majesty. Oh, you had me scared for a second there, but still it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe CERN is the reason there aren't more where I came from. After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nodded in understanding. By the way, does the ability to see through lies have any combat application at all? If it were me, I'd want perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters for ultra-fast reflexes that let me tear my enemy's limbs off before they can react. What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? No, wait, don't tell me. You're an organization assassin, aren't you? You must be the one they call Miss Go-Go. Who hired you? Nobody hired me. What's a go-go? She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. That reminds me, I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday. Anyway, do you have any other powers? Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell you Hitman hired to kill me. I'm not gonna kill you. I feel like my powers would be suicide. They're most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, there's for me to know and for you to find out. Nene. Do what you like. Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet, a visible spark scatter. Who the fuck's calling me? And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. This ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon's shining finger. I can tell without even checking. It's getting ridiculous. It is from her. Oh god, Bacon. I'm getting no purpose. I want to reply to me already. I've been waiting, and please tell me the Super Hacker's address when you can. If we don't get cracking, someone else might get the IBN 5100 first. Okay. She's got some stalker qualities and maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. Look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. Looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it? Why the frown? Did you get a death notice? A what? Just wondering. She was just wondering if I got a death notice? How could she say that with a straight face? And what the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist? What I meant to ask was if you got some unpleasant news. You could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her. There's this woman who's obsessed with finding an IBN 5100. Oh. Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak. An IBN 5100? You know about them? Yeah. I see, so the IBN 5100 legend is famous, huh? Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought. Yeah, that's it. I had the urban legend from someone. How much do you know about it? I actually tried looking for an IBN 5100, but in the end I came to the conclusion that there wasn't one in Akiba. I see. Well, that's true. You sound like you know something. Well, I do and I don't, I guess. I don't know about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine or something like that. Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Who are you? Still falls back down on the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position. I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting information on the IBN 5100, but when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore. I'm not even interested in the IBN 5100. I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime after all. You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not. Wow, that's harsh. Well, I admit I am acting kinda suspicious. I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint. And then you'll ride the knack on me when you can't figure it out. Truth is, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function? That reminds me, I'm pretty sure the John Titor from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories. If I remember correctly, the IBM 5100 can do something with the proprietary programming language. No way. How'd you know? Tell me. I only vaguely remember, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin. It's another one of my powers. Leading question. I can read your heart of hearts. What? No fair. For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. It's not enough to escape my power. I see everything, Aman. Hey, Suzuha. Resistance is futile. Anyway, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. It can decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before AP Bell and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Now I remember, John Titor said the same thing in 2000, and right after that, the IBM engineer officially admitted to that function's existence. Now it's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBM 5100. The reason Titor traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know about that sort of function. That's why IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Suzuha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. Bye-bye. Oh, no. I gotta read more of these. Alright. Quick drink break. I gotta pause and unpause. I'll be back. Alright, sorry for the pause. I just want to take a few sips of drink. Didn't have to do it on the mic. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs only to those chosen by CERN, and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era. There's no war? How is that possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against the world peace? Sounds to me like CERN's doing humanity a favor. This Titor guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Did he die in a fire, terrorist scum? The world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now, the system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist under discontent? The answer to your question is the reason I'm here. Yes, I'm a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against CERN. But think of ourselves as the resistance. But there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretation. You said it's been proven by 2036? How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many of you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I should kill your father, protect the future. Stop beating around the bush, give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit, now you can't defect fiction, am I right? Just nationalist tears, trollololo. Stern probably figured it out. You got a time machine experiment, right? If you make no better, that would make you no better than Titor. Willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Titor, question: did World War III take place as scheduled? Why'd you come to this particular time? Did you find IBM 5100? Is John Titor plugging for the commies? I thought we went out of style. That went out of style years ago. I thought Titor was crazy, but this Hoyoing guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys, lol. World War III, LMAO. Isn't there supposed to be an IBM 5100 in Akiba? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said in a different world line? Well, I'd talk to you in pirate, pleasing me if you have time. Of course, if anyone else would also like to email, feel free. Get serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. John Titor at egweb.ny.jp. ... 20 hours have passed and stars started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Dario while browsing at channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more, now his legs are like pistons. His knees moves up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat of his keyboard. Dario hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was gonna ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding the aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Titor aren't making sense. Not even Titor himself seems to know about the Titor from 10 years ago. Sorry, my controller stopped working. It's hard to imagine that everyone on @channel is conspiring against me, but how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decided to email Titor directly just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on @channel, and guess what? This is his way of saying, bring it on. In my email, I questioned the differences between his posting now and his postings years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out, many people die. By 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. Doneycatjr travels to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100. The IBM 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBM 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read IBM's proprietary computer language which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Catjr meets his younger self and his parents in America. Catjr was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. Catjr is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Catjr correctly predicted the outcomes for some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm gonna ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Something. Sorry for the sudden mail. Well, we read all of this. Let me go down here. Also, most of your predictions in fact didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Alright, let's send it now. If you can't answer to my satisfaction, the current Catjr is an imposter. This is your litmus test, Catjr. So what are your true colors? Good morning! Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back on her usual smiley self. What are you doing here so early? Well, I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies. Good job. Though, to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag, and then she takes out... Ta-da! Canned Odin! The canned Odin is still warm, and when she gives it to me, I open the lid right away to eat the beef. Mayuri and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. And when it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at. It's a present from Mayushi! They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay? I'm getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. Buy these instead from now on. But Mayushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time. Mayushi loves bananas and chicken, so she'll keep buying them. I consider saying you'll get fat if you don't eat frozen foods, but that's not very effective against Mayuri, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats. But wait, there's more! Ta-da! Now she produced a small box with a Ryenet illustration. Ryenet sausage! It comes with an Oopa bottle we have as a bonus. I really wanted it, so I bought it. She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lab will be neck deep in Oopa goods. There are only a few things right now, like a cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially. So how is Daru-kun? He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said he had to do it all at once. Daru-kun's super Haka spirit is on fire! Don't say Haka! An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk. He sure is tense. He sure is tense! I'm sorry. Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly do it. I'm sorry, 1 second. This is Amane to the first email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Hey, don't worry. I won't email you too much, and I might be slow to reply too. I'm kinda new at this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. On an exchange, you took my address and forced into trust with a spin. Where were you living before? Haven't used telephone much? Alright, well, that's just a normal question. Let's ask this one. No, let's ask this one. No, this one. Change your name on your phone. I don't want to remember her name. Yoden. But isn't hacking bad? Mayushi doesn't want you to do bad things. I'm sorry, Mayushi doesn't do bad things. I would be a fool to let Darusupa hacker skills go to waste. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacking CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even the Avengers of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through. Besides, we're doing this to expose CERN's wrongdoing. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world. Bad things are bad. Bad things are bad! That's unusual. Mayuri usually just accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit it, we are doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. Wait, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Mayuri, don't look at me, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I need to change the subject. Mayuri, wanna trade my sweet potatoes for your beef? If you wanna trade, I'd rather have your quail egg. Don't be ridiculous. Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite. But Mayushi likes quail eggs too. Start for my Chikuwa. Okay, Chikuwa's better than sweet potatoes. With that said, I secure the Chikuwa and put it in Mayuri's can. I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really up conversations about food. So easy to manipulate her. Mwahaha. Soon, if I can get the SQL table, I'll have more than enough passwords. You no match for me. Daru has started talking to himself. Looks like things are finally falling into place. Daru really is a super hacker. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, yes. Oh, can't hide from me, you naughty thing, you. How does it feel to be hacked? Naked. Ha, alright. Ha, 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 ha. His eyes are bloodshot and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens up a new window, types in a 12-character string, and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and then enters in a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally... Oh, yes, yes! Matching ID and a password. Logging complete. Hell yeah! Taste it! Yes, 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 yes! What enthusiasm. Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. As if he's gone into a la petite mort. Mission complete. Really? Wow, that's amazing! I don't really get it though. After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Odin can. An Odin can's the best after a job well done. Well done, you really are the world's greatest super hacker. Hacker, I'm glad you're on my side. Though, did you find out how they're planning to destroy the world? I haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get us connected. But it's all downhill from there. I'm sorry if you're tired, but please start checking. The keys to this conspiracy have got to be in there. Yeah, I'll do it, but let me eat this Odin can first. After a short meal break, Daru taps his keyboard more nimbly than before. The question is, whose his password belongs to? Why is that? I went into CERN's database and got a data table. From there I focused on people with simple passwords like 1 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID. It'd be awesome if this turns out to be the server admin's logon, but I don't think we're that lucky. In Japanese, please? Same. Basically, if this is the server admin's password, we could taste every inch of CERN's luscious flesh, but if it's just an ordinary researcher's password, then we can only see CERN's boobs. Daru-kun, that's naughty! Quit the erotic examples. Basically mean there'll be limits to what information we can access. Exactly. Anyway, it's only a matter of time before I get server admin's password. Let's save that for later. I'm really sleepy now. It'd be cool to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let him rest. Let's let him rest so we can regain his energy. Oh, looks like our ID belongs to an Accelerator Division Chief. So it's not a server admin. It would take a miracle to get one on our first try. How many staff members do you think CERN has? How many? Over 6,000. That many? Well, for now, let's look at this Accelerator Division Chief. His name is Jack. Let's take a look at his email log. And of course, the emails come up in English. Oh no, that makes Mayushi's head hurt. It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English. Daru, what does it say? I need to translate it. This is a job for Dr. Excite. Nah, I've got a better idea. Daru boots up translation software, then auto-translates the open page. Or unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year. Looks like a New Year's greeting, something about going on vacation in Spain. Lucky bastard. That email's normal, nothing out of the ordinary. If we keep carrying the log like this, we can also identify the server manager. You know, looking through someone else's email without permission makes me feel really guilty. Daru gets depressed and moves away from the computer. Sits on the sofa and hugs her giant Upa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable, however. I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago. Wahahaha! Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes. What a guy. I'd like Ocarina to do me in the butt. I decline your offer. Hey, it's open. Now get packing, dog. Now get peeking, Daru. Ocarina, you're bad. You make my Yoshi sad. That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discovered several emails titled Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily. LHC Experiment Reports, there could be a hint about time machines in there. We should try reading them. This is definitely a crime, though. That's what the flips say, but his hands will click on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols. This is encrypted. Of course it isn't that simple. Well, cracking this should be a piece of cake. Nice super hacker. He's a genius, no doubt. Throw into security in less than 10 minutes. The real-time sync is deciphering the crappy machine translation. Translated into proper Japanese, it's... Hi, Pole. That acting's completely unnecessary. Aww. Uploaded today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though. This baby's fickle as a cat, but it was surprisingly beaten this month. It would be great if it stayed like this forever. Don't you think this work is unrewarding? This kitten is 27-kilometer-long kitten. This 27-kilometer-long kitten, has been in operation for 9 years. Our research will change the course of history, yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it. Of course, if it were ever officially released, it would be one hell of a scandal. People would probably say something like, "Call Robert Zemeckis, Stern right away. He could build it in less than a year." 9 years? Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumbs. Calm down, let's sort things out. Do you think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Daru notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does. If you trust the translation software, then it's what it says. The Japanese string in places, though. But that doesn't make sense. I thought the LHC was only put into operation around spring last year, but the email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years. That is strange. The email send date is the year. It says year 2010, so 9 years ago makes it 2001. Doneycatjr posted it on the channel yesterday. The only other thing I could say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes. I gulp. You read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Zemeckis is a super famous Hollywood movie director. He directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. I groan. No way. Was I right? Someone's hiding a major secret from the world? And it's related to time travel? Keep looking, Daru. Search for anything related to time machine research. Seriously? I don't know if Daru was questioning my order or the possibility that CERN might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again. There aren't any emails with the phrase time machine in them. But the phrase Z program was used hundreds of times in the past few months. Do you think this could be about the current LHC experiments? What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments? Let's try looking for a document. Ah, I found one. Daru opens the PDF attachment. Oh, looks like it's top secret stuff from France, England, and Holland. Government secrets? CERN is not even a government organization, so why? Wait, should we be looking at this stuff? We might be in a little deep here. I don't care, get me details. Hold on, if we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology. Are you so incompetent as to let yourself be traced? I took the necessary precautions, and I failed to see the problem. Well, thanks. Daru makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the Z program and feeds it into the translation software. Oh. May 24th, 137th Z program experiments report. Because we have already succeeded at creating many black holes, the report is omitted. First. Stop! All of a sudden, Tyler's prediction became a reality. The CERN did use the LHC to generate many black holes, but they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded, so why? This is what Tyler was referring to when he posted "Don't believe what they say." But the goal of the experiment wasn't even to generate many black holes, it was to create new elementary particle reactions. Daru doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor. When in reality, they've already generated these mini black holes. Sure does seem like it. What does it say next? Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number 14. We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online. What does that mean? Human is dead means somebody died, right? What? Somebody died? Seriously? I groan. This isn't a joke anymore. Something very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. What if we are? Not afraid. I'm not. After all, I'm an insane mad scientist. Hoyoing Koyoma. Can't even stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. If my throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart. What is this Jellyman's report? Dario starts typing at once. I ask my question, as once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue. I can't find it in Jack's email. We'll need an account with more privileges. Then we'll save that for the next time. Search for something related to time machines. You know we're not going to find anything, right? After that, Dar spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's emails, but he doesn't find anything about time machines. Words like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we could look for an ID from there. Maybe we can even get more information. Can't look it up with the ID you have? Dar shakes his head. Well, I guess let's call it a day. By the way, what we just saw was Stern's biggest server, but I also found a strange database on the network. Strange how? It was buggy. Buggy? I mean, it was full of some kind of code. But the code was gibberish, utterly impossible to decode. Thank you very much. Could it be encrypted? Not by any algorithm I've ever seen. It wouldn't even work as a program, it just bothers me. Why would they have a database that nobody could ever use? That is strange. I'll see what I can find out. Dude, go to sleep. Dar tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after about an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of frustration. I don't get it at all! You call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell! Great, he snapped. I think you should stop. Mari puts down her sewing tools and turns to Dara with a worried look on her face. My head is spinning. I can't take it anymore. This is bad. Dar's breaking down. Maybe I'm pushing him too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit. Good work. Go rest, Daru. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, even if it isn't a bug, but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it. I've never seen anything like it. A program unlike anything he's seen. At that moment, music bursts from my pocket. I've got mail. Oh, hey, it's from John Titor. Did you reply to the email I sent a bit earlier? If everything you wrote is true, then we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBM 5100's hidden functionality, which I have not mentioned to anybody yet. I'm indeed surprised you know about it, however I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. There are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Titor who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you've told me, but that would cause a chicken and egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional for making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set this possibility aside. Third, you may have seen something I wrote on a different world line that would mean that 10 years ago you existed on a different world line than the one we're on right now. However, that raises another issue. When the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line, unless you too are a time traveler, that is. Do you have any idea what cause could be? Oh, a flash went through my head like an electric shock. There's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first several lines. Of course everything is falling into place. What you talking about? Mari looks at me curiously, but I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces in my mind. John Titor, CERN, the time machine. These things are all connected. And now I have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance. Garo, I think I know you can read the program. Seriously? How? I aim my phone's camera at the screen displaying the supposedly bugged data and take a picture. I attach it to a message. Does this code look familiar? Instead of the Tytor. A mysterious database inside CERN, a program unlike anything Super Hacker Darrow has ever seen. Its true form is... If my hunch is correct, John Tytor should know. What? There's no way. Say what you like, we'll know soon enough. We wait for Tytor's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. It's here! Quick look at the mail. Where'd you find that? That's from the proprietary IBM programming language used prior to 1935. It can only be deciphered within 5100. Oh, sorry. Contacts are enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected. Huh? I was right, Daru. I know where the data comes from. An IBM 5100. That retro PC has a certain special function. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to market in 1975, nobody knew of it save for a few IBM engineers. The function was first brought to light by the John Tytor who appeared in 2000. A while after, Tytor posted about it, an actual IBM engineer admitted to the hidden function's existence. Which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha about this only yesterday. It can also decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Now it's a dead programming language only decipherable with an IBM 5100. What an incredible coincidence! A prime example of synchronicity at work. Almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings. No, I say! This discovery of ours was inevitable from the start. This is the choice of Steins gate. Wait, so CERN is an IBM 5100 database? Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software. Why would they do something like that? Answer me this, what is the best way to secure a machine against external cracking? Well, make it stand alone, of course. Dar quickly catches on the intent of my question. If only IBM 5100s can read it, then I guess it's kind of standalone. Which means that CERN's keeping their most important secrets hidden there. How do you know about that hidden function anyway? It is recorded in my brain's extensive index libronium prohibitorium. Tytor said it himself 10 years ago, but Dar wouldn't believe me if I told him the truth. Very original. I ignore Dara's retort. Mayuri, we have important matters to discuss. Assemble! I can hear you fine from here. Mayuri's sewing. She doesn't get off the sofa. No matter whether you can hear or not. This meeting concerns the fate of the future gadget laboratory. Nay, the fate of mankind. So I want it to feel more secretive, like we're scheming or something. It's important that we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mayuri's fault. Aw, don't be mean. Mayuri won't participate in your evil schemes. Well, I can't have everything my way. Listen, you two. Henceforth, the future gadget laboratories will begin emergency top secret operations. This shall be the first stage where war gets the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged with the most evil research imaginable. Uncle Reen, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. Crap, I guess I am being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. Suzuha's down below. I'm sure she can hear everything. So I turn it down a notch. Understand? The world is in no need for two mad scientists. Before they can even get ahead of us, we must outwit them. Who are they? You know, them. Mayushi doesn't get it all. Basically, we must obtain the Phantom Retro PC, the IBM 5100, said to be located somewhere in Akiba. We make a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes and Mayuri returns to her new work. Damn it, is there anything you guys react to? We've uncovered a massive conspiracy here. How come you aren't excited? I'll pass on the search, I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server. That's true. Well, you're the only one who can do that, Daru, so I'll leave it to you. So the IBM 5100 investigation squad shall consist of Mayuri and me. I can't. Mayuri makes an all-apologetic face. I have to make costumes and I have work to do. So basically you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time. Fine, I'll manage alone somehow. It's useless to try to stop me, understood? Are you gonna do something bad again? Nah, he's all talk. I leave my useless comrades behind and strike gallantly out of the lab. I step out into the street. Immediately a bicycle skids to stop in front of me. Do we have a buddy? Yeah, we have a buddy. Mayo, Kamen Rintaro. Suzuha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her, are you an American or something? But I'm distracted by a new, shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle that was in front of the Brawn Tube workshop yesterday. I guess it belongs to her. Let me make sure, okay. I've been recording for too long. I wonder how much that set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive. Pretty nice technique there. Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I've never ridden one before coming here. You'd never ridden a bicycle? Nope, I had ridden motorcycles before though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. Alright, 1 second. Doth thou desire chaos? No. I mean, doth thou desire chaos? No. Alright. And what's with that flashy braking back there? I think it'd be pretty dangerous if she did that all through the town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. You're gonna go full speed at least for a helmet. Going to work now? Yep. The Brawn Tube workshop shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Braun's mood. That's perfect. That's something we need to talk about. Yeah, but I need to get to the shop ready for business. Just what does this crumbly old Brawn Tube workshop need to get ready? Nothing really. Jeez, I just find the sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything's where it needs to be, he says. So he's paying her not to clean? Something's wrong with that guy. So hear me out then. But I'm so tired. In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glared at her. You would be unwise to anger me. Does it have to be right now? My glare's not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod. But go ahead. Suzuha shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle. She turns to me. But keep it short, okay? Where's the IBN 5100? No intel yet. What? I don't know. Oh. But by the way you talked yesterday, it sure sounded like you knew. No, I know someone who knows. Then take me to them. I won't take no for an answer. If you don't, I'll shoot you a living hell. I can't. Come on, I even said I'd shoot you a living hell. I can't introduce you even if I wanted to. What do you mean? Don't tell me they're an imaginary. They've been dead for years. I'm sorry. That's okay. Anyway, there's nothing I can tell you honestly. I'm hoping you can tell me something. Suzuha pats you on the shoulder and it's funny, you think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer her up. Just then, Mr. Braun opens the door and makes his appearance. Hey, part-timer, it's only your third day and you're late? Sorry, boss. The streets were a little crowded this morning. If you're not gonna take this seriously, I can't always give you the boot here. As for you, Okabe, don't you lay a finger on my part-timer. Aren't you the lecherous one here, Mr. Braun? Why, you. Just try saying something like that in front of me, in front of Nai. I'll murder ya. Gotta keep my honor as a father. Besides, I ain't got no use for a skinny kid like her. What was that? Take that back, boss. I think I was actually mad, Bono. Now. What, you mad? I'm not a kid, I'm a warrior. Huh? What are you talking about? Suzuha's burning passions and murder shocked. I, on the other hand, am impressed. Or manager, sorry. Murderer. What did I say, murderer? On impulse, I take Suzuha's hand and grasp it firmly. I like the look in your eyes, you part-time warrior. They shine with the radiance of the beast unseen of modern men. Never forget those eyes of yours, and you shall surely change class from part-time warrior to true warrior. But I'm already a warrior. Stay diligent in your training and you shall have a place at my side on the field of Ragnarok. Ragnarok? Suzuha looks confused. What's that? The final battle against CERN. You've got something like that planned? Count me in if you do, but I've never heard of it. Of course you haven't. This is the first time I've revealed it, for I shall be the one to initiate Ragnarok, and the world shall be reborn. Wow, you sure are brave, Okabe Rintaro. You'll probably fail, but I like your spirit. I wish my comrades were as spirited as you. Apparently Suzuha has comrades. I'd like her to introduce me. That way I can form my personal army of the Phoenix Crusaders. Wait a sec. Why does she assume we'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Koyoma into this girl. Why does my store attract nothing but weirdos? Damn. Whatever, part-timer, just come inside. Coming. Later, Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha waves and winks at me as she heads inside the store. Wait up, Okarin. Then Mayuri comes down the stairs, passing Suzuha. So, you're gonna help me search after all? That's the lab mem spirit.
No, that's not it. I was just thinking about buying lunch.
It really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet. So, where do you plan to go?
What to eat?
Mayuri placed her hand and finger on the bottom lip and thought as she walks.
Some Bo's Peepful sounds good.
This tiny high school girl truly has guts to enter Sambo alone. That place isn't like the chain restaurants with their colorful menus and brightly lit interiors. First timers are often crowded by the old school, cowed by the old school atmosphere. Oh, it's doing that loading thing again. Well, it's less time actually, so it works. Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male, but Mayuri doesn't care. She's there shoulder to shoulder with students and salarymen, smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, the sand beasts, the regular Sambo customers, are posting comments all online like, "The goddess has arrived," or "The goddess for the win." But Sambo isn't open this earth. I try to warn her, but Mayuri is no longer there. She's gone. Mayuri disappears like this every so often, and each time she does, I wonder for one terrible second if she really has vanished from this world. I look around and see Mayuri standing at a distance, just gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She stopped in the middle of the street, so other pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky as if entranced, and then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mayuri's habits. I call it a Stardust Handshake. Mayuri says that she's liked looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic, or perhaps childish.
I feel like I can reach the stars.
When I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave that answer. At first she only reached out to the night sky, but lately she's been doing it without regard for the time of day. Like now, even when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her just seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy. It's too early for stars, Mayuri. I walk up to Mayuri and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank stare on her face.
Did you know, even during the day, the stars are still up there?
Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street.
That's true. Just now, when I was looking at the stars, I decided to have ramen for lunch today.
How are ramen and stars even related? Mayuri's mind works in mysterious ways. Both hot, I guess? I know I said I'd search for the IBM 5100, but I have no idea where to start. I spent around an hour at an internet cafe searching for information, but turned up nothing. I buy some mango juice with tapioca from a juice stand inside Yobadashi. I lose myself in thought as I drink it. It's Saturday, so it's starting to get crowded in front of the station. Some maids are distributing leaflets to the people coming out. I know Dara is well acquainted with retro PCs, but is there anyone else? Oh yeah, Shining Finger was obsessed with the IBM 5100, wasn't she? Really reluctant to contact that male demon though. But ultimately my feelings are trivial. Ragnarok hangs in the balance. But I decided not to bother. I finished my drink and wandered towards True Doney. Then comes an email, almost a fun cue. Don't tell me, is it the male demon? Will you get back? Will you get back to me already? Like she could read my mind. I instinctively scanned the area, searching for that gloomy woman in the crowd. No sign of her tailing me. Oh well, I guess I'll send her a reply. I don't know Shining Finger's phone number, so I'll just send her an email for the time being. In the email I asked her to call and include my phone number, but she just doesn't like calling people. Come on. Now I just have to wait for a response. And there it is. It's a quick reply. But I asked her to call, so why did she reply by email? Wait, she wants it by email? You finally contacted me, but only talking on the phone, so let's exchange emails instead, please? There's a lot to cover, I'd rather not have to type it all out. I need to find out her phone number. Give me your phone number along with any information you have on the IBM 5100. And send. I look up after finishing my email and see a huge crowd of people in front of the Radicon. I guess the satellite is still a big deal. The media presence hasn't died down since the day of the crash either. Radicon is still closed. And of course, the satellite is still there. Not 30 seconds pass before I get a reply. Oh hey, right as I'm about to look down and read the email, I catch sight of a familiar face in the crowd. Ah. Well, if it isn't my assistant, what are you doing here? Hey, when did I become your assistant? It looks like she'll snap at me, so I dampen her spirit. To dampen her spirit, I go back to checking my email. What is wrong with this woman? I don't have anything. How about you? I never told me her phone number, she just ignored me. She doesn't even have any information. How useless can you be? Why are you glaring at me? Don't worry about it. You're not the cause of my frustration. Oh, so you're just raging? Don't glare at me. You've glared at me before, haven't you? That's because you keep doing pervy... Ah, no, I'm not saying anything. Another one? Tell me the super hacker's address. And tell me the super hacker address. I want to snap my phone in half and throw it on the ground. What do you mean, tell me the super hacker's address? You making fun of me with that, that note? You're not gonna know anything from me. Anyway, why does she need to send me 2 short consecutive emails? I mean, she might as well just combine them into one. Are the emails you're getting really that unpleasant? They're more unreasonable than unpleasant. I can't quite describe it in one word. Stop sending me all these short emails, I'm begging you. Just gather your thoughts and send everything together. I feel a little satisfied after sending that email. I turned to Kurisu again. So, Christina, what brings you here? If you're gonna call me that names, could you at least be consistent? Anyway, my business here doesn't concern you. Why are you pouting? I'm not pouting, I just don't want to get involved in your silly games again. Nonsense, you're already a lab ma'am, you have a duty to work for the benefit of the lab. No, she is only a temporary member. No, it's because she's a temporary member that we need to get as much out of her as we can. I regret losing myself to curiosity back then. Cars aside and looks up at the satellite. We're not alone, several other people are standing there and looking up. The Occupy's latest torch is tracking. Did you come to see the satellites? Tracking. Fraction. I guess. It doesn't make sense. Normally they calculate satellites' orbits, so they burn up in the atmosphere when they fall. How can that thing be in such perfect condition? And that's to say nothing about the huge hole punched in the building. Are satellites that durable? Where's this satellite from, anyway? They still don't know. Rumors say it's from the former Soviet Union, but Russia denies it, so it looks like they can't remove it yet. 3 days have passed and it's still unknown. How interesting. I smell a conspiracy. It's just another organization cover-up. I knew I'd be at Radicon and they knew I'd be at Radicon and tried to erase me. Organization? What's that? The organization is the organization. Its formal name is something else, but all those who know it exists call it the organization out of fear. They rule the world from the shadows, transcending nations with politics, economics, religion, even science in their clutches. That's obviously a crackpot conspiracy theory. Thank you very much. Karsu hangs her head and blushes for some reason. What's wrong? Nothing, really, nothing. Okay, say another word and I hit you. Crazy girl. Anyway, what's happening with the phone wave? I thought you didn't want to get involved, and it's not the phone wave, it's the phone wave name subject to change. Just answer me, have you learned anything? No progress, we tried repeating the experiment, but at present we haven't been able to reproduce the discharge phenomenon or send another email to the past. I see. Another email. Damn you, shiny finger, I said not to send so many short emails, but she doesn't seem to get it. Can't handle this mail demon. Let's save checking the email for later. You're pompous, but at least you have some manners. What do you mean? I hate people who play with their phones in the middle of a conversation. Ah, so that's why you grabbed my phone when we first met. When we first met? I didn't do that. Yeah, you did. There it was. Give my report. When you grabbed my phone out of my hand, I shut my mouth before I finish. The events at Radicon. My story of what happened back there doesn't mesh with Dara's story, it didn't mesh with Mayuri's, and now it won't mesh with Kurisu's. So in the end, was that a dream? Hallucination? What do you mean giving you a report? No, it's nothing. So about the phone wave name subject to change. After the experiment, you screamed something like, a time machine? It can't be. Did something awaken past trauma? No, and don't go making up one either. Back when she was 5 years old, Christina was on the plains of Arkansas when lightning... I wasn't hit by lightning, and I was still living in Japan back when I was 5. But why Arkansas? I was trying to imagine tranquil scenery, and the first state to come to mind was Arkansas. The second was Oregon. That's true. Not Utah? I mean, relatively speaking, isn't Utah more suitable? Then answer me, Christina. Why'd you freak out back then? No reason, I just simply didn't want to believe. French science should stay in the realm of fiction. French science, don't be ridiculous. You saw it with your own eyes. You saw the email leap to the past. You saw the banana travel instantly through space. I saw, but we must be missing something, or maybe we're just seeing what we want to see. Remember what I said at ATF? Time machines are just a pipe dream given on technology. And yet a bunch of amateurs like you just stick a phone and a microwave together and expect time travel to occur? Ridiculous. But it did occur. Will you deny that you saw your own eyes? Are you saying that theories trump reality? Then I hope you enjoy sophistry and word games, because that's all you'll ever have. What do you mean, word games? Quantum theory, for example. If you ask me, those theories like those are nothing but word games. Wait, are you rejecting modern physics? Who do you think you are? You see, the only things that matter are things that happen. Things that don't happen, things that aren't observed, are just hypotheses. When hypotheses pile up and theories are verified, they become reality. That's how modern physics come to understand the truth of the universe. But sometimes your hypotheses are mistaken. Even Einstein was wrong about some things. Say you're gonna do nothing just because you could be wrong? Then enjoy your dirty little lab and your silly gadgets, because that's all you'll ever have. You'll never reach the truth that way. Failure teaches success. I see. Nice rebuttal. You're never getting off your high horse, are you? By the way, Christina, I've always felt that physicists are hypocrites. What? There are phenomena that everyone knows occur in reality, but which physicists use for research. What do you think about that? I don't know much to say unless you can give me some examples. Ghosts, for insistence. The occult? Really? You refuse to research it just because it's the occult? That contradicts what you just said. You'll never reach the truth that way. People have seen ghosts. There's even photographic evidence. So where are the theories? Why do physicists refuse to speak? It's a different field of study. You can't call physics the study of natural phenomena and just guide some things don't count. True, but... And that's why we must investigate the phenomenon of sending emails in the past. You shall assist me. No. Kurusu gives me a clear-cut answer, along with her usual glare. Though the genius girl really does hate me. I won't have a hand in your fringe science. I won't make the same mistake my father did. Your father? You make a fine argument, but it won't work in the scientific community. The day you decide to research time travel is the day you're out of a job. How can you be so certain? Because that's what happened to my father. Kurusu grimaces. My father, a physicist, loved time machines. He was so fascinated by Wells, the time machine, that he seriously studied time travel. Because of his obsession, he was practically exiled from the scientific community. I will never get involved with the time travel research. This time her sheer force of will gives me pause. I think she's really pissed. I may have stepped on a landmine here. What do I do if I get her any angrier? She might seriously hit me. Let's calm her down a little. Yeah, let's do that. But what should I say? I'm sorry, I got emotional. She apologizes first. Christina's calm character saves me. Hahaha, don't worry about it. I want to test your characters. I made you angry on purpose. Huh? Anyway, the phone wave isn't a time machine. Email is a man-made system, so this phenomenon should be explainable by the scope of that system. I understand. I had no idea you hate time machines that much. It's almost like an allergy. I apologize for forcing you to become a lab mem. You don't have to come again. I wasn't planning on it. I know this, Christina. Don't call me Christina. Lab mem number 004 will be a retired number. That number is yours forever. I finish my speech and turn my back to Kurusu. I won't look back. I walk away slowly with my eyes closed. It's kind of hard to walk like this. Hope I don't bump into anyone. You're gonna run into a pole. Wait, am I even walking straight? You look ridiculous. My shoulders suddenly pulled from behind. I brace myself so I don't fall backwards. What are you doing? You ruined my perfectly staged exit scene, and you call yourself an assistant. No, I don't call myself your assistant, and besides, I still have something to ask you. Damn it, your stubbornness has already returned. I asked you about this before, but you said I got stabbed, right? I demand an explanation. Ah, yes, the other real-life phenomenon is yet to explain. That was just something I hallucinated. Let's just leave it at that for now. Why would you dream about me? I don't know, and it wasn't a dream, it was a hallucination. You said something about Dr. Nakabashi, didn't you? Dr. Nakabashi held a time machine presentation at RadiCon that day. That presentation was cancelled because of the satellite crash. So it seems, but in my hallucination, the presentation proceeded as planned. Mayuri and I went to see it, and you came over to flirt with me. I don't flirt, especially not with idiots like you. Like I said, it wasn't real, okay? Well, maybe this world isn't real. That would explain the riddle of the phone wave named subject to change. If this world is some kind of simulation, we could disregard the laws of physics. Gabeism? That's unexpectedly chicken of you. The hypothesis, your favorite thing. So who stabbed me? Don't tell me it was you. I recall the sight of Kurusu collapsed in a puddle of blood. It sent shivers down my spine. Is it really just a hallucination? It was too real. I can clearly remember the smell of blood. You were already dead when I got there. I didn't see you did it. I don't get it. Why do I have to die in your mind? You have something against me? Of course not. At that point in time, we'd only spoken once. We were just strangers. Well, that one time we talked was during the events I imagined, so strictly speaking, at that point in time, all I knew about it was what I had read in the magazine. Anyway, we didn't know each other, that's why I ran away instead of calling for an ambulance. My hero. What, you want me to go back in time and give you a CPR or something? I need to use the phone wave name subject to change for that. I've heard enough, no more hallucinating about me, okay? Dying isn't fun, even if it's someone else's head. I can't make any guarantees, that would require perfect 24-hour surveillance inside my brain. You have a comeback for everything, don't you? Kurisu shakes her head in exasperation and turns and walks off to her station. Looks like she wants to end the conversation. In revenge for last time I grabbed Kurisu's slender shoulder from behind. Yeah, what now? I'm not done talking. Trying to pick a fight? It's revenge for ruining my farewell scene, Christina. You shall regret your thoughtless actions. Okay, fine. What is it? About the IBM 5100. I don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know, then forget about it. Farewell, we'll not meet again. I turn my back to Kurisu, this time I'll make it perfect. Hey, don't you tell me to forget about it. He grabs my arm. Damn it, this is the second time. What is the IBM 5 whatever? IBM 5100 is a retro PC from 1975. I'm looking for one. Yeah? Well, what are you gonna do with it? Okay, so I guess it's 5100. I'm not calling it that. I'm calling it 5100. Looks like she's interested. She was the same way when we came to the lab. I guess the girl was just brimming with curiosity. Interested? Kurisu quickly averts her eyes, but she doesn't let go of my arm. You're interested, aren't you? Just a little. Then I shall answer. The IBM 5100 is the key to unlocking CERN's most closely guarded secrets. CERN? You mean the CERN? Indeed, through the tireless efforts of my faithful lab members, we've uncovered evidence that CERN is researching time travel. Come, be astonished. Great, I shouldn't have asked. Kurisu gives me a cold glare, then lets go and starts walking away. This time she's gone for good. Damn you. I gotta check my email. Was I being annoying? I'm sorry, but I really need information on IBM 5100, and you're the only lead I have right now. I'm relying on you, Okabe-kun. I swear I won't send any more short mail, so please don't abandon me. I need you to help me look for an IBM 5100. I promise to let you know as soon as I learn anything, so let's work together, okay? Just you watch. I'll expose certain secrets if it's the last thing I do. Right, go talk to Shining Finger. Oh, cool. The next day I decided to hit Akiba's computer parts stores. I did as much as I could yesterday after partying with Kurisu, but no luck. Finding an IBM 5100 is obviously going to be a huge pain in the ass. I'm standing in the narrow tunnel that runs beside the Radicon building, a small shop selling everything from motherboards to resistors to vacuum tubes line both sides of the tunnel. Here lies the vestiges of the old electronic town, Akiba's conscience, so to speak. Casual otaku usually avoid stores like these. It's like a hole that only true fanatics can enter. Not that I'm an expert on computer parts. Furthermore, these shops only sell parts, so I'm actually kind of silly to be searching for a whole PC here. Still, something about the sight of all the electronics gets my blood pumping. I have to hide my excitement to maintain my dignity. If a storekeeper yells, "Hey kid, you're 10 years young for this stuff," I'll have no choice but to run. Fortunately, no one has yelled at me yet. In fact, the storekeepers seem to be ignoring me. They must be more open-minded than I thought, or maybe they just don't care. I search each store in turn, but turn up neither hide nor hair of IBM 5100s, or no, 5100s. The ringing of my phone draws a sharp look from the nearest storekeeper. I force a smile and rush outside. Ooh, that was close. I probably shouldn't go back in there today. I take a deep breath to calm myself down. That's when something strange catches my eye. There's a woman squatting on the ground nearby, her knees against her chest. In her head is a gaudy purple phone. She's staring at the screen without moving a muscle. She's even more conspicuous since nobody is around. And on further inspection, I realize it's someone I know. Hey, it's you back. Shining Finger! I call out to her, but she gives me no reaction. Shining Finger is just a name I made up, so I guess it's only natural. Her name was Moko? No. Finger! I stand in front of her and call her name. Well, the name I gave her, but she doesn't even look at me. Her fingers are typing rapidly on her phone, so she's definitely conscious. But she still looks dead. There's no life in her eyes. I'm actually worried. Despite the heat, she's not sweating at all. Can't you hear me? Oh. Owen Koyama, the mad scientist. She glances at me for maybe half a second, then goes right back to staring at her phone. Oh? What? Can't you remember people's faces? Of course, I'm the one who forgot her name. I agreed to help you with find an IBN 5100, remember? And this is the thanks I get? She twitches upon hearing the word IBN 5100. But she doesn't look up. Okabe-kun. It's Hoyoin. Ignoring me, are you? Well, why don't you accept me as Hoyoin Koyoma? Sent. Email. Email? Oh, I think she received an email. Hi, Okabe-kun. Fancy meeting you here. I guess they'll talk in like the fun voices on their email, the sad voice, and then email. I nearly flip out. Is this really something you should say by email when the person's standing right in front of you? It wouldn't take 5 seconds to say it verbally. She's friendly enough in her emails, but in person she's a lump of unsociability. How could she write funny meeting you here note without smiling at all? It makes you think that mails are coming from a different person. I suppose it's quite the coincidence. Were you looking through the parts stores too? She doesn't even respond when I ask her a direct question. Another email. I looked, but I couldn't find anything. Why won't you speak? Too hard. Isn't it hard to type everything out? My yelling does not have the desired effect. Instead of getting her act together, she buries her face in her knees. Why is she wearing such a short skirt? She sits with her knees up like this. I can see everything. Not that there's a problem with that. Please don't move the camera down. I sigh, then turn and walk away. I buy 2 max coffees from a nearby vending machine. The mails keep coming. I'm sorry, I apologize, so please come back. I'm more tired than angry. Besides, my search is at a dead end, so I need whatever information he has on the IBN 5100. I can't just go home. Come to think of it, her name was Moeka, right? Remember when I saw her email. I returned to Moeka with 2 max coffees in hand. Ah, Okabe-kun. She's finally on her feet. She glances at me, then breathes a sigh of relief. Want one? She timidly accepts the max coffee I hand to her, but she doesn't move to open it. I wait for the coffee to cool down, open the tab, and take a sip. Sometimes the sweetness is just what I need. What? Talk. Emailing is easier. Like hell it is. Maybe she's just afraid of people. When I finally consider that, I'm taken aback by my own thoughtlessness. Of course, so that's what it is. Basically, she's afraid. Afraid of the insane mad scientist Hoyoin Koyoma. Alright, sure, whatever. Well, I can hardly blame her. In fact, I sympathize. She indeed can't stand my aura of supreme madness. Dude, you probably smell like unfettered. Nah, I shan't. I'm weird, aren't I? No, you're normal. Really? For no matter how disciplined your mind is, you cannot resist. You have nothing to be ashamed of. In this world, there exists something called absolute eternal truth. It's a wall, immovable no matter how much you struggle. That's why people give up, abandon their dreams, choose a different path. But never forget the one thing, you hold within your heart your own Steins Gate. Steins Gate. All people without exceptions possess their own Steins Gate. As long as you have yours, you may follow any path that loses your way, just as I follow mine. Moeka nods. Looks like I got her to understand. So, on to business. Do you have any information on IBN 5100? Moeka answers by shaking her head slightly. How long have you been searching? About 2 months. Where have you looked? And of course, Moeka starts to move her fingers at high speed. Stores, online auction houses, the usual. I also tried asking on the ad channel, and even walked around Akiba asking people, or so I say. But I've only talked to about 4 people, including you. 4 people in 2 months, even though hordes of otaku come to Akiba each day. Have you tried talking to PC store employees? They know more than anyone else. Moeka shakes her head again. She's clearly not cut out for this job. Sincere as she may be, she's just wasting time. That editorial company she works for must be incompetent if they chose her as their investigator. But I suppose it's also the fault for accepting the job despite her handicap. So what's your actual goal? To obtain the IBN 5100 or to investigate the urban legend? Both. I see. In that case, our search is limited to IBN 5100s. 5100s in Akibahara. Whatever. I don't care about the urban legend, I just want to obtain an IBN 5100. My trouble is what comes afterwards. So I don't need to limit myself to IBN 5100s in Akibahara. I could just look online. I might be able to get one through auction. That'd take time and money though. If I don't find one in another few days, let's consider that option. Where do you plan to search next? I didn't quite hear you. Mocha taps at the mail at high speed. I honestly don't know where to turn. I've tried everything. She's useless. Don't worry, I have a network of informants at my disposal. Finding a retro PC should be no trouble at all. Mocha looks at me for the first time today. I see respect in her eyes. Have you forgotten who I am? Hoyoin Koyoma. I will stop at nothing to destroy the system and usher in a new era of chaos. Wahaha! That's Okabe-kun's Steins gate. Not Otabe, Hoyoin! After parting with Shining Finger, I go to a nearby PC store to talk to an employee I happen to know. But naturally, he doesn't know where to find an IBM 5100 either. Apparently, it was easier to find retro PCs 10 years ago, back when there were more underground niche stores. Now the stores are all but vanished, driven out by stricter regulations and an inexorable spread of moe culture. So I can't really say it's Moeka's fault that she's not useful. After all, I'm stumped too, but it's only my second day searching. Hunting for an IBM 5100 on an internet auction site is starting to look more appealing than confining my search to Akiba, but then again, that would take time and money. That reminds me, Mayuri called before I met with Shining Finger. It's rare for the absent-minded Mayuri to be the one to contact me. I'm usually the one to contact her. I wonder what she wanted. Should I try calling her back? Or could she... No. I don't know, let's call her.
Ta-da! Bayuchi here!
It's me. What's the situation?
Oh, Karin! I just called you!
Yeah, did something happen?
Actually, try calling Darukan-kun.
What? Why?
Darukun's at my queen right now. You should call him. He'll tell you. Bye-bye!
Hey, wait, Mayuri, hey! She hung up. Doesn't look like she wants to explain. Even if I call back, Mayuri will probably just say the same thing. Let's do what Mayuri said. What's up? It's me. Report the situation. Look, Karin, you're the only one who talks like that. Did you hear from Mayushi? No, she didn't tell me anything. Well, I'm at May Queen right now. Mayushi did some investigating. Sounds like Faris-chan knows about the IBN 5100. What? Faris? Tell me that Catjr and the IBN 5100 are connected somehow. I can't even imagine how they could be. I understand the confusion, but apparently there are a lot of retro PCs at her home. That's unexpected good news. The tables have turned and now I'm close to my goal. This too is the choice of Steins Gate. I don't get you. So is Faris there? Of course, today is the Faris Cup. Faris Cup? What's that? I think I remember hearing about it, but I never actually really paid any attention. When I showed Faris-chan an image of IBN 5100, she said she donated a similar PC to a shrine 10 years ago. Don't know if it's the one we want though. She donated it to a shrine? That's an unexpected combination. PCs and shrines, consumer electronics, and ancient Shinto rituals. Not even tangentially related. Which shrine? Didn't ask, my bad. Whatever, it's a lead. The only shrines in Akiba are Kanda, Myojin, and Yanabayashi Shrine. I don't know if Faris was living in Akiba at the time, but at least it's a start. Well, I'm hanging up. The Faris Cup is about to begin. I see, Daru. I'm sure you can do it. Be sure to win. Leave it to me. What the hell is a Faris Cup anyway? No, more important than the shrine. Hey, I want to see if he wins this. Let's see. How late are we? I don't want to spend too much time here. Well, we still have tons of time left before it's 2 hours again. Kanda Myojin is the larger and more popular shrine, so 9 out of 10 people would choose to donate something there. But when I inquire at the shrine office, nobody knows anything about an old computer. That leaves Yanabayashi Shrine. It's probably not there either, but I have to try. If that fails, I'm talking to search Tokyo's shrine, one by one. Who's this? What? All I can hear is noise. Wrong number? No, maybe. You're from the organization, aren't you? Is this a warning? You tell me to stop getting involved with CERN? Huh? Huh? It's a woman's voice. And she clearly doesn't understand what I'm talking about. You're not from the organization? No, it's Makise. Makise? Who? I think I remember this voice from somewhere. Sorry, but I don't remember. Tell me where we met, Paris or London, Akibara. We saw each other yesterday, remember? Yesterday? Makise. Oh, assistant. Not your assistant, Makise Kurisu. If you don't say, Christina, I have no way of knowing it's you. I'm not Christina either. How many times do I have to tell you? You never stop complaining, do you? Whose fault is that? Whose? Wait a minute, how do you know my phone number? Something's not right here. It's not like Kurisu's free of suspicion. She could still be a spy. Ah, she did and told me. Oh, that's boring. So what is it, assistant? That I'm not your assistant. What's the point? Where are you now? I'm heading to Yanabayashi's shrine. Ah, okay, bye then. Huh? What? What was that? Is she messing with me? She's messing with me. How dare my assistant treat me like this? I shall scold her most harshly the next time we meet. She thinks she's all that just because she was published in a major journal. Oh, there she is. You know what, maybe I should. Alright. No, wrong button. Alright. We'll save for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Any new things from anyone? Nope. Alright, we'll save for today. Saved, right? We're good. Okay, let's go to the menu. Alright, everyone. I guess after this episode, I'll start uploading them, maybe? Or, no, I might get to like 5 episodes before I start uploading them. But, it was nice to record for you guys. I'm gonna do some stuff and go to sleep, and then tomorrow morning, maybe I'll record some more. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, we'll see. Point is, I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening, and, be safe. Try not to travel through time or whatever's happening here. Bye-bye!